Breaking news just in WFIN News Center 2 right now this morning. Good afternoon. We are following breaking news into the studio after several shots were fired at St. Francis Eastside. That is St. Francis Hospital in Greenville right now. This is breaking just into the studio. And we do know that shots were reported at St. Francis Eastside Hospital is unfounded. Of course, we do know it is according to law enforcement, police and other law enforcement were called to the hospital this morning for a report of a shooting, but there was not a shooting. Authorities told News Channel 4 that they are continuing to gather details. So we do know that there were shots reported, but they cannot find it at this moment. We're still learning more to this story in News Center 2 this afternoon. Stay with us as we learn more. So we do know that there is a shooting that has been reported. We don't know where, and we know law enforcement is still investigating. So we're still following this story. So stay with us live on air as we learn more. So please continue to stay with us. Of course, we're still receiving digital updates of what's going on right now after those shots were fired at St. Francis. We do not know much right now, but continue to stay with us. And this is just minutes away from some upstate stuff. And we're actually going to take you to a sky cam from that area in just a second to see if we can see what's going on. Right there near, that's actually not too far from Bridgeway Station in Malden, near Holly Tree Plantation in the area, near Holland Road. But we're still learning more of what's going on right now, right here near, not too far from Haywood Mall. So sorry there. What's going on? Like we said, we're going to continue to learn more of what's going on. This is right here near St. Francis East Side. Like we said, this is breaking news into the studio that we are learning more to what's going on. So stay with us on air as we learn more. But for now, that's the latest story we have from the hospital. We're going to take you to a sky cam that's really relatively close to the hospital. And this actually, the sky cam just came up on your screen. This is the sky cam that is just minutes away, or just really right there at the hospital. Of course, if you have our mobile app, you're going to receive a notification from us in just a minute letting you know that we are live following this situation. We do know News 4 is following the situation. If you have any information at this time, please pick up the phone and send us an email. Our email will be on the screen. If you would like to send us an email, if you know anything, we are currently getting a new phone number for our phone lines. But until then, just email us if you know any information right now. The email is on the screen right now. So if you know anything, you can email it to wfinnews2@gmail.com. As we learn more, so continue to stay with us. Of course, we do know, like we said, that shots were fired at St. Francis Eastside in Greenville. So if you do know anything right now, breaking news, please email it to WFIN or news2@gmail.com. We, of course, will be taking any information that you guys have, any questions about what's going on, and we'll be answering them live on air. Or you can also email it to breakingnews.wfinnews2. Let me put this in the we got several emails that you can email it to. Whatever one is most comfortable to you. You can email it to wfinnews2@gmail.com or breakingnews.wfin@gmail.com. Whatever one you want to send it to, we will certainly be answering your questions to what we have going on. That's the Skycam out there at right there at St. Francis. So, like we said, continuing to follow this one right now, the story. But stay with us on air. We will be figuring out what's going on today. So stay with us as we learn more. But of course, like we know that shots were fired, we don't exactly know if they were confirmed. But according to the statement from WYFF, we do know that according to that statement that they released, um, according to the app, the WYFF4 app, that they had sent out a push notification saying that shots were fired, but is unfounded. So, of course, they're still learning. They know that shots were fired. Of course, law enforcement has not found it. We do have a video right now. So stay with us. Of course, the shots or the fire or the call came in about a possible shooting at the hospital this morning. Of course, we're learning more. If you have any information, please send us emails to any of the emails on your screen. Of course, we will be answering your questions, finding out what's going on right now. Of course, we do not know if there's an active shooter at the hospital, but of course, we will be confirming this as the afternoon goes on. And we will still be on air, so if you just have any questions or know anything right now, please let us know as this is going on. This is an active investigation into the studio. So if you're just tuning in to WFIN News Center 2 and you're wondering what's going on right now, we do have possible shots fired at St. Francis Eastside. It's Bon Secours St. Francis Eastside, the hospital that is just right there at Bridgeway Station. Of course, we're still learning what's going on right now. Extremely serious situation that we're having to follow and cover this afternoon. So if you do know anything, if you work at the hospital or if you know any information, please do not hesitate, but to please email us right now, or put it in the live chat. If you have any questions of what's going on, please put it in the live chat. We will be answering those live on air. I'm actually going to pull up the chat right now because we are taking any questions that you have. So any questions that you may have, we will be answering them live on air. We have a video that we will be showing you in just a few minutes. I do not believe it is graphic. We just have a video that is from law enforcement. Like we said, we don't know what is going on. We ask you please stay with us as we learn more. Like we said, we don't know if there's an actual shooting happening there. We do know that shots were potentially fired, according to law enforcement and according to WYFF News 4, that the report came in of potential shots fired at the hospital. Like we said, we do not know if it is confirmed. We don't know any information at this time, but we ask that you please stay with us because this is an active investigation in our studios. We'll be investigating this. Of course, we will be reaching out to officials about what's going on if there's been an active situation that's going on. Like we said, we don't 100% know that, hey, this is going on right now, but we do know that this is breaking news situation and it's very serious to what's going on. If there has been a shooting confirmed, we do not know of any information according to that matter as of right now. We do know that the shots have potentially been fired. Like we said, we don't know. They were just reported. And so, according to the details that we have and that are publicly available, we just know that they were fired. We don't know if, yes, they were confirmed. We don't know. But please stay with us. Share this video because this is very important breaking news. It's something that we don't want to have to cover, but it's very serious matter when we do have to cover it because it is very, very serious. So stay with us on air as we learn more to what's going on. So I know this is something we don't really go live at this time, but we are saying that this is very serious matter. We are getting the video pulled up. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate, but please dial or not dial because we don't have our phone number right now. But please email us if any questions whatsoever, because we need to let you know of what's going on. We have a video pulling out. If you remember Haywood Mall, when they had that shooting at Haywood Mall, that we were the first, or one of the first, to jump straight on air to let you know what was going on right now. And this is a very serious matter. Of course, we don't know if there is a shooting actively going on, but we know according to the police and WYFF News 4, there has been at least a report of potential shots that were happening at the hospital right now. And we're going to take you back to a sky cam that's right there at the hospital. Of course, everything looks pretty normal. I don't think we have a sky cam from Patewood Drive, which is the road that the hospital is on. But if you're just joining us, we appreciate it. Let us know of any questions. We do know, according to WYFF News 4, that there was potential shots fired at St. Francis Hospital in Greenville. This is just right there at Bridgeway Station in Malden, near Bridgeway Boulevard, any of those roads near Holland Road. That's where the potential shots could have been fired. Of course, we have sky cams from all around it. We don't have a sky cam on the road, like on the same driveway that the hospital's on. This is another sky cam. So we have two views to what may be going on. Of course, breaking news into the studio, and we will continue to follow this as the afternoon goes on. And now, as we receive more info, we do have a video. We're going to take you to the video straight ahead. Just give us just like 2 seconds to grab the video and pull it up on the screen so you have what's going on right now. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take you to the video that we do have from law enforcement, or at least from a bystander of the WYFF News 4. The video will be on your screen very momentarily. We do have an ad currently going on, but we do have a video that has been reported to WYFF News 4. This actually whole report was sent in to WYFF News 4, letting them know of the shots that were potentially fired. Like we said, we don't know of any confirmed shots at this time, but We are still following of what could be going on right now because this is a very serious matter that's going on at the hospital. Of course, we know St. Francis, Greenville. The video is on your screen right now, so you can see law enforcement are speeding to the scene. This video was just in just a few minutes ago, and oh, we cannot rewind that video according to this. So if you click on the WYFF News 4 app, you can see this is a preview of the video. You can see law enforcement coming off of the highway, I guess, or turning on to, I'm assuming Holland Road, where actually the hospital is pretty much located. But of course, we're still learning about this as we bring you breaking news into the studio. So please let us know of any questions you may have. You can email them to us at breakingnews.wfin@gmail.com. That's actually on your screen right now. If you have that, if you want to email it to us, if you want to put it in the chat, whatever you want to do, we greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, if you know anything, if you're around that area, please let us know. Of course, according to right now, WYFF News 4 and us are the only ones following this situation right now. I don't believe Fox Carolina is. We're going to check on 7 News. I'm not sure if they are reporting on this right now, but if you please let us know. We're going to play that video again after the ad. But you can see after this little ad break, you can see the video on your screen right now. You can see this is right there at Uncle Jake's Furniture. Okay, so this is just showing you where, so obviously this is the officers turning, going towards the hospital right now. Of course, we don't know, of course, what could be going on other than the potential shots that may have been fired at the hospital right now. So this is the video if you are watching live. The video is on your screen, and we ask that you please let us know of any questions if you're actually on scene or anything like that. Here's the video. I don't think we can. Let me see. I'm gonna screen record this video so we can watch it over and over again. Okay, so I'm so sorry. We're gonna take you straight to this video that we do have. We're gonna try to scale it in. And this video will more likely than not be on the WFIN News 2 app. As we follow this situation, we're going to crop this video so you can see what's going on. Okay. Alrighty, so you can see the video is on your screen of what's going on. According to a bystander that saw the police officers heading towards the hospital, so we know this happened at St. Francis Eastside. We're actually pulling up local apps that communities use to so of course we're trying to find if anybody had asked questions about what could be going on right now. But like we said, that is the current report we have from News Channel 4. Okay, so so somebody asked, why are there so many cops on Patewood by Bon Secours? So of course we don't know if there is. Some people are saying that it could possibly be a false report, of course, we want to make sure that you know whether it is a false report or not, that we are still following what's going on right now. Some people said that, of course, there's a lot of cops headed in that direction. Somebody said possibly a false report. I'm not saying it is a false report at this time. I'm not saying yes or no to anything. But I do know that, of course, when we have a situation like this going on, we have to report on it to what's going on. So the video is just going in a time lapse right now. But of course, we're going to keep this up on your screen to let you know either way of, yes, if this is actually a actual shooting. According to WYFF News 4, we don't have another report. Okay, we do have a video. I believe they have Sky 4 above the scene. Let's go ahead and take you to, if Sky 4 is over the scene, I believe it is. Yes, Sky 4 is above the scene. Let's take you to a live look from Sky 4, if we can. Okay, so according to a report just in the studio, somebody named Beth with the city of Greenville said there was no shooting and there is no threat at the hospital. So that's the latest report. You can see image from Sky 4 above the scene just now. We're going to see if we can take this screenshot and give us a little bit better look. But this is a picture from Sky 4. Of course, we do know the north side is WYFF News 4's helicopter. As of right now, there is no report of a shooting, and the shooting is then claimed false. So we thank you for joining us this afternoon. According to the hospital and bystanders that the hospital, there is currently no active shooting at the hospital. But of course, we want to thank you for watching us as we've continued to follow the situation. It's a situation that whenever something like this happens, we have to report on it to make sure that the community is safe and that whatever is going on, that the community knows about it first. And so that's what we try to do. Let the community know what's going on first. So if you have any questions before we end this live stream, please let us know. Of course, we do know that there was suspected shooter at St. Francis Hospital, but it has now been deemed a false shooting. Okay, so when we have situations like this, we ask that the community please send us any information that you know, because it is a serious matter whether it was an actual shooting or not happening at the hospital. But we do ask that you please let us know of any final questions before we end this video. We do thank you for the community support for this situation, because we're not expecting to ever have to do any kind of video like this, especially being kind of scary. But that picture is from Sky 4. If you want to see the video again, there's the video on your screen. It was reported by a bystander of the cops heading in the direction of the hospital. But now we know that the shots are officially fake, and it was just a rumor. But I'm sure police is investigating of why somebody reported this. So I'm sure law enforcement is investigating why the shots were potentially fired, and why we have false reports, but the false shots fired at the hospital are now false information. And we thank you for continuing to stay with us. With the community support, you can see the video is on your or the picture from Sky 4 is on your screen. You can see the law enforcement right there at the hospital near one of the parking areas. But like we do know at this time, this shooting was a hoax. It was not a real situation. But of course, we're going to be learning this even after this is over, learning why there were false reports of shots being fired at the hospital. But of course, we ask that you download